is a housekeeping video showing you how we can class multiple items of a purchase order as received. When items have been ordered on a purchase order, the system will be expecting them to be delivered to the factory or site on the requested date. So a GRN, a goods received note, is created against the purchase order. This is detailing what's being delivered and noting any shortfalls or damages. This will also enter any items ordered against the stock code into stock. However, sometimes deliveries may not be recorded as received for various reasons. A staff member might have forgotten to do this, especially if you're not adding items into stock. Some items are delivered straight to site and you may not be notified of this. Some items might have been for subcontract work. Therefore, the list of outstanding deliveries can very quickly become too large to be meaningful, and accounts won't know if it's okay to pay a purchase invoice, as they'll not know if the goods have been received. So it's good practice to keep on top of entering your GRNs, your goods received notes. But we live in the real world and things happen. So we have a means to get the list up to date by allowing multiple purchase orders to be registered as having all the items received in a couple of clicks. By using the Record Multiple Deliveries button, and then rather than entering or selecting the required purchase order and entering the delivery note number and the date received, with the option to say if items were fully or partly delivered, you can select a group of items and get the system to class all the purchase orders and items as received and book to stock if applicable. This will then record the items as received. It will generate an auto GRN note, and then accounts will be able to see that all items have been received and it's okay to pay the purchase invoice. So that's classing multiple items of a purchase order received, and is really only meant to keep things up to date if things have been let slide a little. So now we'll look at doing this in a live situation. Okay, so this will be a fairly short and straightforward video. If we go to our departments, accounts, purchases, outstanding purchase invoices, we can see here a listing of all the purchase orders that are yet to be paid, and accounts can see if the item's been delivered or not. So when you're doing your GRNs in the normal manner, as a purchase order is completed and everything's been delivered, accounts will see that all items have been received, and they know that they can pay it without having to double click on a particular item to interrogate it and then do the payment in the long-winded way. But as we said earlier in the video, that things might get a little bit behind, so we might need to class a lot of these as already received. Now, to do that, if we make a note, we're going to look at purchase orders 290 and 288. And you can see here that they've not been classed as items received, so accounts won't be able to make a payment against that. If I try and put an accounts reference in there, you'll see that the system rejects it because it's not being fully fulfilled. So to get this list quickly up to date, if we go to Departments, Production, Stock Control, and then Goods Received. So rather than doing an individual goods received note, we use the Record Multiple Deliveries function. Now this has been in place for a while. This is where you can just type in the purchase order, delivery note number, the date, and process it. You can double click on an item. So if we wanted to say that 274 have been delivered, we can double click and it populates it with relevant detail. But let me just get this all back to the items here. So let's say that we want to indicate that multiple purchase orders have been delivered. So we select the ones that we want to class as delivered. So we want 290 and 288. And then I simply click the button at the bottom saying class all selected lines as received. The system tells us that it should only be used as an administrative function, and that a generic delivery note of auto will be used along with the date of today for the delivery. So we click OK to continue. Again, it's checking that you really want to do this. And then you have a last chance that, yep, we're going to go ahead. So that's now classed those all as delivered. So if I click finished and then go back to the account screen and look at my purchase invoices, we can now see that 290 and 288 have been classed as all items received. So accounts are then able to process the payment for that. It no longer rejects it. And it's as simple as that.